activity. So, during this time, natapos na yung Grand Canal and natuloy na ulit nila yung pakikipagpalitan sa Silk Road na nagdahilan ng boost sa economic activity ng lugar. So, ito naman po ang isang of the infrastructure during the Tang Dynasty. So, Chang'an or modern Xi'an become the world's largest city and a major hub for global exchange. So, dito daw po dito yung lugar kung saan nagkakaroon ng mga pagpapalitan or global exchange. So, poetry flourished.
Poets like Li Bai and Du Fu became cultural icons. So, yung part ko po is madidiscuss niyo po yung about sa mga poets na to or mga writers na to. So, art and architecture, elegant sculptures, ceramic, and Buddhist temples thrive. So, yung mga art po during the Tang Dynasty is mga nag-thrive talaga sila. Kaya ng mga magagandang ceramic plates or ceramic pieces, sculptures, and marami pang iba. So,
printing technology din po sa Tang Dynasty din po siya na-invento. The invention of woodblock printing and spread of literature and knowledge. So, yung woodblock po, as you can see sa picture, is isa siyang square na blank or wood na may mga curve na letter and yan po yung tinatawag na woodblock printing. Kumbaga, literal na i-stamp mo din siya sa papel. Kumbaga, ikaw ay isa-isa mo munang ipag-uukit yung mga letter ng gusto mong sabihin. So, basically, sobrang tedious din yung process nito. And, kailangan na kapag gagawa ka ng ganito, sobrang dami mong kailangan na copy para hindi masayang yung gawa mo. Then, medicine and science, advances in herbal medicine, astronomy, and cartography. So, dito naman po sa Tang Dynasty, the Buddhism reached its peak. In China during the Tang period, Taoism and Confucianism remained influential in the government and daily life. So, temples, shrines, monasteries were built across the empire. So the Andalusian rebellion severely weakened the empire. Corruption, high taxes, and military uprising followed. By 907 CE, the Tang collapsed, leading to another era of division, or the 5 dynasties and 10 kingdoms. So, ito po yung Lucian Rebellion. So, dahil nga dun sa rebellion na yan, is na-weaken yung magandang ng Han Dynasty at nag-cause din siya ng mga pag-rise ng mga corruption. So, dito naman po tayo sa 5 dynasties and 10 kingdoms. So, after the Tang Dynasty collapse, China once again fell into a chaos and division. In the north, 5 short-lived dynasties ruled in quick successions, while 10 smaller kingdoms rose in the south. So, northern dynasties ay later Liang, later Tang, later Jin, later Han, and later Su. Sa southern kingdoms naman is independent regional powers that focus on trade, art, and local governance. So constant civil wars and shifting alliances made this one of the most unstable period in Chinese history. So despite political chaos, southern China thrived economically, like in agriculture, silk, ceramics, and yung production ng ceramics is umusbong talaga siya. So, local courts became center of art, poetry, and calligraphy. So, bakit po ba naging center ng art ang mga local courts? Kasi dahil nga sa different na mga namumuno or may different silang pinamumunuan is yung mga artist is kinukomission nila para i-drawing sila dun sa kanilang pinamumunuan. For example, itong picture na to, yung Lord dito is nag-commission sa ng artist na i-drawing siya sa kanyang pinamumunuan, and meron siyang mga kasama or mga katulong dun sa ano na yun. And isa pa to, mostly ganito yung itsura. In-entertain ng mga kababaihan yung kanilang pinagsisilbihan. So, technological progress continued quietly, especially in printing and education. So, pati yung mga printing and education is hindi rin natitigil yung pag-i-improve nila. So, this era served as a bridge between the Tang and Song, laid the foundation for future reforms in government and trade. The eventual reunification under the Song dynasty ended decades of fragmentation. So, yung pong mga period and kingdoms na yon ang siyang naging daan para ma-unified or magkaroon ng bridge between yung unang dynasty at yung bagong dynasty, which is ang Song dynasty. So, the Song dynasty reunited most of China after decades of division. It is known as one of the most brilliant and advanced period in Chinese history, marked by peace, innovation, and economic strength. So, divided into Northern Song and Southern Song after invasions by Northern tribes. So, dahil nga sa invasion ng mga Northern tribes is nahati naman ang Song into Northern and Southern. So, it is founded by Emperor Taizu o Cao Huangyin, who established a strong centralized government. He also promoted meritocracy through the imperial examination system, where officials were chosen by ability, not birth. So, gaya nga ng mga nauna is merit or ano yung mga kakayanin nila or ability nila. Hindi yung pinanganak baga sila sa pamilya na puro mga scholar, hindi doon, kundi doon sa kanilang kakayanan, kaya sila napipili. And they also strengthened the administration, civil administration, while reducing the power of military to prevent uprising. So, naging matalino naman dito ngayon yung emperor, which is sinextend niya ang civil administration habang hinihinaan ng power ng mga militar para mapigilan ang pag-aaklas or ang corruption. So, yan.